My goat did it. Petr beat the washed allegations. I honestly can't stress how happy I am about this decision. I knew all this time that Petr was going to win, and don't get me wrong, I was very scared because, let's be honest, Deiveson Figueiredo is a very scary man, and he's been on a tear in the bantamweight division so far. But it just feels so nice going from seeing Petr at the tip top all the way to having 3 back-to-back losses. You know, 2 of them being super close. We don't mention the Marab one because that's just blasphemy. But yeah, 3 back-to-back losses. Then he comes back against Song Yadong in a 3-round fight. People are like, well, he lost to first round against Song Yadong, even though we lose the first round in almost every fight he has. And then Figueiredo, as soon as Figueiredo took him down, I was like, no. I was getting flashbacks to the Marab fight. I was like, please, God, no. But then Jan ended up winning that round reverse, and he got in top position, landed a few elbows, and because he landed a few elbows and Figueiredo didn't land any strike other than the takedown, he won that round. Round 2 was a bit closer, but still Jan's round quite clearly in my opinion. Those uppercuts started working like a treat. Round 3 pretty much the same, finding a home for the uppercuts. And then in round 4, Figueiredo throughout the entire fight was quite consistent with body shots, but it's just what let him down. He didn't really throw enough volume, and that's what really let Figueiredo down in my opinion. But people in my chat were saying, throw more Figure. I understand it because it is frustrating. At the same time, Figueiredo's never really been a volume striker. He's never really thrown that much. He kind of waits for the right time, and it was never really there with Petr because he just operates at a different higher level. But he did land a nice body shot, and in the 4th round, I had shit in my boxes because he dropped Petr, and I thought that might have been it. But no, the end of the round came. Figueiredo wins that round because he dropped him. Other than that, it would have gone to Petr because he was completely winning that round. But Jan takes that round, and then into the final round, Petr's able to win the round again. I would say that's again quite close. They both had the moments, but Jan had more moments. That uppercut just couldn't stop missing. Kept on landing the jab, kept on landing leg kicks. The outside trip, and I believe the 2nd round was absolutely gorgeous. He's landing that on Aljo as well in the first fight. Just an absolutely brilliant performance from Petr. Got the 50-45 decision. I scored it 49-46, and I think 49-46 is the correct one, but 50-45, whatever. The correct man won, and that's all I really care about. Now, I want to start talking about who we should match Jan up with and who we should match Figueiredo up with. Now, the most logical one, in my opinion, it makes the most sense, would be a very fun fight, is to run it back between Petr and Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley just lost his championship bout. Petr obviously just beat Figueiredo. I don't think O'Malley's going to be back until, April, May time, I believe. So that gives plenty of time for Jan, gives plenty of time for Sean O'Malley. That makes a lot of sense. The first fight was very close, could have gone either way. I scored it for Jan, but again, it was a very close fight, could have gone either way. I would like to see that one ran back, and it has to be 5 rounds this time. It has got to be 5 rounds. It can't be 3 rounds again. If it's 3 rounds again, then it literally just favours Sean O'Malley. Jan has always struggled in 3-round fights. It's only right we do this 5 rounds. It's a very big fight. You just did Whittaker and Hamzat 5 rounds as a co-main. You can easily do it with O'Malley and Petr. I understand you wouldn't want to do this on a fight night card because, fucking star power and pay-per-view numbers right there could be, quite boosted up if you have a fight like Sean O'Malley and Jan the rematch, which a lot of people are invested in. That is my top pick for Jan. But if not that, maybe a rematch against Corey Sandhagen. Doesn't really do it for me, but I suppose the option is still there after Sandhagen's coming off a loss to Umar Nurmagomedov. It's still there. They're still quite close in the rankings. Maybe Cejudo, but no. I think it's very safe to say O'Malley should be next. I would love to let my bias let my bias get ahead of me and say, give him a title shot, but he doesn't deserve one. I'm fair enough to say he doesn't deserve a title shot right now. You can't lose 3 back-to-back-to-back, and you've currently lost to the champion anyway, and get dominated by him, and then get 2 wins and say, give me a title shot. I don't think that's quite fair. I think he needs 1 more win, and a win over Sean O'Malley, I think, solidifies him getting a title shot. After this, we obviously have Deiveson Figueiredo. Now, who would I match him up against? I would like to see him versus Corey Sandhagen. I still want to see him in the top of the mix. I know he's getting old now. I believe he's going to be 37 soon. Very old for the bantamweight division. But I still think he possesses the skill set to cause a lot of problems for a lot of bantamweights. And I think he could actually beat Corey Sandhagen, even being at 37, because he just has that equaliser with his power. I mean, we saw him land on Jan. I think he could land on Sandhagen. He also has good grappling, and I feel like he could use that grappling against Sandhagen, even though Sandhagen displayed good takedown defense against Umar Nurmagomedov. I still think Figueiredo could have success against Sandhagen, and even if he didn't win, I still think it would be a very competitive fight. Like we just saw Figueiredo have a competitive fight with Jan. Yes, Jan did win pretty much every single round besides the round where he got knocked down in round 4, but outside of that, really, it was mainly all the Peter Yan show, let's be completely honest. If you don't want to do Sandhagen and Figueiredo, I do understand. So maybe Figueiredo, I don't know what's happening with Song Yadong, if he's fighting Umar or not. That could be a possibility. Maybe you want to do a fight against Batista, Figueiredo and Batista. Could do that. I'm just thinking Sandhagen or Batista, really. I don't want to see him fight Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo's at the end of his career, really. Unless Aldo wants to, I suppose, but I don't really want to see that. You know, former 145 against a former flyweight. Yeah, I'm not really keen on that. I don't want to see either one of them lose. I've just been in a situation where I've had to watch Figueiredo lose, and I'm a big Figueiredo fan, but I love Peter Yan more. But I still don't want to see Figueiredo lose. I want to see him win. So maybe put him in there against Mario Batista or Corey Sandhagen. I think he could have a lot of success there. Oh, and the reason why I'm not mentioning Henry Cejudo versus Figueiredo, even though it could actually make sense ranking-wise, is because they train together. So, you know, I think Henry Cejudo's actually been a coach for Figueiredo a lot, so I don't really think they would fight. God knows, but I didn't think it would be a possibility, so I didn't bother listing it. But not only am I fucking ecstatic that Peter Yan was able to get the win over Figueiredo, no, because the entire card was great, and I'm very happy with how this card went. It was a great fight night card, one of the best ones I've watched in a very long time, because it was full of it all. You had Long Zhao get the finish against Li Kwang, and he went for like a Max Holloway point to the ground. We're seeing that a lot nowadays, but that was a decent little fight. Then you had Lona Kavanagh taking on Jose Okocha. I know I'm pronouncing Lona Kavanagh's name wrong, I'm sorry, but I'll get used to it eventually. Very good fight between two prospects. Jose Okocha only 23 years old, Lona Kavanagh only 25 years old, both undefeated when we were going into this fight, and this was a competitive fight. He hurt Lona Kavanagh to the body in the second round quite badly, but this was a very fun fight, and these are two up-and-comers in the flyweight division. I can't wait to see what more they do in the UFC. After this, we had taking out, two men to Barral taking on Carlos Hernandez. Another solid fight. The first round was very fun. Second and third wasn't the best, but a decent little flyweight fight. Couldn't really go wrong with it. You then had Ming Shi taking on Feng Zhao Kan. Ming Shi, a doctor, and when she took this fight, her parents didn't even know she was fighting tonight. Like I said, a doctor as well. And when I saw this, I was thinking, well, Feng just needs to use a reach, really, you know, and avoid getting hit. And I missed this knockout. Watched the first 2 rounds. Midway through the second round, I was like, hopefully nothing happens. It's women's strawweight, not many stoppages happen. I need the toilet really bad. Went to the toilet, looked on my phone. I got notifications on for spinning back fist. It was like, oh my fucking god. I was like, no. Came back and saw a bloody Leon Edwards-esque head kick. And it was beautiful. Put out on a stretcher. And not only that, but Ming Shi, she's very, obviously very good academically, being a doctor, but not only that, she surprised me, not only with the KO, but how good her English was. It was absolutely brilliant, her English was. After this, we got another knockout, and this time it was in the first round from Kiro Sahota taking on Dong Hun Choi. Dong Hun Choi got the knockout in the first round, very ecstatic, dancing loads, pulling loads of funny faces. Don't know what Sahota was doing. I was kind of rooting for him from Huddersfield in England, but another person who's very tall and didn't really use his reach that much was trying to trade in the pocket with the smaller guy, which just makes no sense. After this, we had another decent fight between Jalisi and Yu Su Young. Okay fight for the bantamweight division to close out the prelims. Then we go to the main card. A nice first round finish from Zhang Mingyang against Ozzy Diaz. I can't exactly remember the shot what landed, but he pretty much stopped Diaz. Oh, it was an elbow. He stepped in with Diaz came in with a left hook, and Zhang just stepped in with a lead elbow and knocked him out. It was a lovely little finish. Then you had a great display of MMA from Carlos Ulberg when he defeated Volkan Ozdemir quite comfortably, in my opinion. You know, did he get the finish? No, but I think it was a very solid victory. Had a lot of success with that jab, pivoting, using the left hook, great footwork. And then after this, oh my god, we get to the fight. Wang Kong, undefeated, taking on Gabriela Fernandez. Now going into this, Wang Kong with the whole Joker, Heath Ledger impression. You want to see these scars? She didn't actually do that, but you know what I mean. The Joker, whatever. she got submitted in the second round. The biggest favourite on the card, was a massive favourite, and I was saying to my chat just before the fight started, I was like, if you're a betting man, just put a tiny bit of money on Fernandez because it won't hurt if it does come through, and it came through. You know, I've seen people saying Wang Kong could have showed more respect and was being cocky, could have tried to get the finish sooner and rushed to get the finish sooner. I disagree with all that stuff. Sometimes in an MMA, you just get caught. And it was one of those scenarios, you know, because I thought she was being quite smart when it came to pressuring Fernandez, because Fernandez would cover up and just try and land that one shot. And she wasn't really, distance management was good, was looking really solid on the feet, was landing a nice straight light quite often, she was mixing head, body, legs, all over, doing really well, doing really good striking. And even when Gabriel Fernandez was trying to shoot for takedowns, was stuffing him, doing a great job. And then she just got caught, and that sometimes happens. I don't know where this narrative comes from, that she's got too cocky, and now people are saying fraud checked. I don't like this term fraud checked, because she was doing really good up until the stoppage. Was the competition great? Probably not, no. But I don't think it's fair to say fraud checked, you know. Like, people won't be pointing out these little things if she had won that fight, let's be honest. But Wang Kong, now all the hype's gone. She was meant to be the female Alex Pereira, you know, beating Valentina Shevchenko in kickboxing all those years ago. Coming into the UFC, everyone's expecting an Alex Pereira story, and that's gone straight out the window, and some hype has definitely gone off the train. Now, after this, we had Song Kenan taking on Muslim Salikov. Arguably one of the knockouts of the year. Just a spinning kick at 40 years old, knocked out Song Kenan. Brutal, lovely. Then we go to the co-main. I predicted Zhang Jianan. I don't know what the fuck Tabitha Ricci was actually doing. I have no idea. You are a grappler. Zhang Jianan is a striker. Not only that, in her last fight against Zhang Weili, she showed some weaknesses when it came to her grappling. Therefore, you would expect the grappler to try and exploit those weaknesses even more. But no, Tabitha Ricci just frozen like Elsa, was standing on the feet, didn't land a single strike in the first round. So you would think, oh, come on, second round, let's get that takedown. No, she attempted a couple of takedowns, but it was a bit too late. And Zhang Jianan just kept on landing this piston of her right hand straight on Ricci's dome, and that was pretty much the tail of the fight. She just couldn't stop landing that big right hand on Ricci, and was just absolutely schooling it on the feet. I don't know what Ricci's game plan was. I think she just froze up a bit, to be honest with you. And Zhang Jianan got a nice little victory and called out Zhang Weili for a rematch. The strawweight division doesn't have much competition, so whatever, go for it. It was a fun fight at UFC 300. It was quite competitive. I don't mind for it again. Fuck it, why not? And then obviously you had the main event between Petr and Figueiredo, which I've already spoke about. But this card just had it all, from knockouts, submissions, upset wins, and a 5-round, like, not dominance, but it almost was, display from Petr. This card had it all and was great, and the bigger bonus for us fans in the UK, because it took place quite early on. It started at 8 and finished at, what, 2 o'clock? I won't moan about that at all. An absolute fantastic card, and I'm a bit gutted that we haven't got the UFC for another couple of weeks, but whatever. That'll leave me full for a while, you know. That's just done nice for my appetite for quite a while, so very happy with how that card played out. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the card, what you thought about Petr Yan's performance, who you would like to see the match made up against next. Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Big up Petr Yan!